You're paying $527 a month for Januvia to control your diabetes. Your neighbor on the same Medicare plan? Starting January 1st, she'll pay $113. Same drug, same dosage. The difference? She knows about the Medicare drug price negotiations that kick in next month. And you're about to know too. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how much you'll save on 10 specific medications, whether yours made the list, and what you need to do right now to get these discounts. Here's what's happening. For the first time in Medicare's history, the government negotiated directly with drug companies to lower prices on expensive medications. They picked 10 drugs that cost Medicare the most money. We're talking about $46 billion spent on just these 10 drugs in 2022. These aren't obscure medications. They're drugs for diabetes, heart failure, blood clots, arthritis, and cancer that nearly 9 million Medicare beneficiaries use every single day. Think of it like this. For decades, drug companies set their prices, and Medicare had to pay them. It's like going to a car dealership where you can't negotiate. You pay sticker price or walk away. Starting January 1st, 2026, that changes. Medicare finally got the power to negotiate, and they used it. I know. You're probably thinking, great, another government program I don't understand. I get it. Medicare is already confusing enough. But here's why this matters to you right now. If you take one of these 10 drugs, you save $1,500 or more per year. That's real money back in your pocket. Let's get specific. I'm going to tell you exactly which drugs made the list and what you'll pay starting next month. First, the diabetes medications. If you're taking Januvia, here's your number. $113 for a 30-day supply in 2026, down from $527 in 2023. That is a 79% discount. You'll save over $400 every single month. That's $4,968 a year. Taking Jardiance or Farxiga. Both are now under $200 for a 30-day supply. Jardiance drops to about $197. Farxiga to about $179. Now the blood thinners, and a lot of you are on these. Eliquis and Xarelto both made the list. The negotiated prices bring both under $200 per month. For heart failure, Entresto, one of the most expensive heart medications out there, sees a major cut. We're talking about moving from over $600 down to about $295 for a month's supply. Here are the other drugs on the 2026 list. Enbrel, rheumatoid arthritis. Imbruvica, blood cancer. Stelara, psoriasis and Crohn's disease. And the insulin products, Fiasp and NovoLog. Let me give you a real-world example. Say you're taking Stelara for Crohn's disease. Right now, with a typical 25% coinsurance, you might pay $3,400 for a 30-day supply. Starting in 2026, that same 25% coinsurance drops to about $1,100. You just saved $2,300 per prescription. Still with me? Good. Because here's something important. These prices range from 38% to 79% off the 2023 list prices. Every single one of these 10 drugs costs less, significantly less, starting January 1st. Now, you might be wondering, do I need to do anything special to get these prices? Short answer, no. But let me explain exactly how this works so you're not confused when you walk into the pharmacy. These negotiated prices are what Medicare pays the drug company. All Medicare Advantage plans with drug coverage and standalone Part D plans must include these 10 drugs in their coverage. They can't drop them. They can't refuse to cover them. What you pay depends on your specific plan structure. If your plan charges you a percentage, that's called coinsurance. You'll pay a percentage of this new, lower price. If your plan charges a flat copay for that drug tier, you'll pay that same copay, but your plan is now paying way less, which could mean lower premiums next year. Here's where it gets even better. Remember that $2,100 out-of-pocket cap that started in 2025? It's still here in 2026, just bumped up to $2,100 from $2,000. Once you hit that cap, you pay $0 for the rest of the year on all your Part D drugs. Think about it this way. Maria takes Januvia and Eliquis. Last year, she hit that cap in August and spent the rest of the year paying nothing. This year, with these lower prices, she might not hit the cap until October, or maybe not at all. Either way, she's paying way less total out of pocket. And here's something nobody's talking about. If you're on the Medicare prescription payment plan, that's the program that lets you spread your drug costs over the year in monthly installments instead of paying everything at the pharmacy. You'll have much smaller monthly bills now that these drugs cost less. Still with me? Good, because this next part determines whether you're getting the absolute maximum savings. The 10 drugs I just listed? That's just round one. Medicare just announced 15 more drugs for 2027, including Ozempic, Wegovy, and Rybelsus. Those GLP-1 medications for diabetes and weight loss. The negotiated price is $274 for a 30-day supply, down from a $959 list price. If you're taking one of those newer medications, you need to wait one more year. But mark your calendar. January 1st, 2027 is when those prices drop. Every year going forward, Medicare will select up to 15 additional drugs for the next cycle, eventually up to 20 drugs per year. This program isn't going anywhere. It's expanding. Now, here's how to make sure you're getting every dollar of savings you're entitled to. First, and this is critical, during open enrollment this fall, compare your Part D plan options carefully. Your current plan might not be the cheapest option anymore with these new prices. Use Medicare's Plan Finder tool at Medicare.gov and plug in your exact medications. The calculator now includes these 2026 negotiated prices. Second, check your plan's formulary. I said all plans must cover these drugs, and that's true, but they might put them on different tiers, which affects your copay. One plan might put Eliquis on Tier 2 with a $10 copay. Another might put on Tier 3 with a $47 copay. Same drug, same negotiated price to the plan, different cost to you. Third, if you're taking one of these 10 drugs and you're still paying high costs, ask your pharmacist about the Medicare prescription payment plan. You can join anytime during the year. Spread those costs out monthly. And starting in 2026, if you enrolled in 2025, your participation automatically renews unless you opt out. Fourth, and I want you to really hear this, if you're eligible for extra help, apply now. That's Medicare's program for people with limited income and resources. It covers your premiums, deductibles, and copays. Combined with these negotiated prices, your medications could be nearly free. Visit ssa.gov/Medicare/Part-D-extra-help to check if you qualify. Okay, let's talk about the 3 biggest mistakes I'm already seeing people make with these new drug prices. Mistake number 1, assuming your drug is included when it's not. I've had people tell me, great, my metformin is going to be cheaper. No, metformin already has a generic. It's already cheap. Medicare only negotiated on brand name drugs without generic or biosimilar competition. If your drug has a generic available, it's not on this list. Period. Why people make this mistake? Because they hear Medicare negotiated drug prices and think it's all drugs. It's not. It's 10 specific brand name drugs in 2026, 15 more in 2027. Check the actual list. Mistake number 2, waiting to switch plans because my drug isn't covered by the new plan. I heard this from a viewer last week. She said her friend told her the new negotiated prices only apply if you switch to a special plan. That's completely wrong. These negotiated prices take effect January 1st, 2026, and they apply to all Medicare Part D coverage, every single plan. You don't need to switch plans to get the lower price. You just need to have Part D coverage, which you should already have. The cost of this mistake? staying in a plan that doesn't cover your other medications well, thinking you need it for these negotiated prices. You don't. Mistake number 3, forgetting to check prices again during next year's open enrollment. These lower prices change the whole equation for which plan is cheapest for you. The plan that was best last year might not be best this year. Every fall, October 15th through December 7th, run the numbers again. 10 minutes on Medicare.gov could save you hundreds of dollars. All right, here's exactly what you need to do. In order, first, check if you're taking one of the 10 drugs. Go to Medicare.gov and search Medicare Drug Price Negotiation 2026, or look in the description below this video. I've linked the official list. Takes 2 minutes. Second, if you're taking one of these drugs, log into your pharmacy account or call them. Ask, what will my copay be for drug name starting January 1st, 2026? Get a specific number. Write it down. Third, if that copay is still high, like over $100, call your Part D plan. The number's on your insurance card. Ask them, what tier is drug name on, and can I reduce my cost by using mail order or preferred pharmacy? Sometimes switching where you fill the prescription saves you another 20 to 30%. Fourth, if your total drug costs are still high, apply for extra help today. Go to ssa.gov/Medicare/Part-D-extra-help. Even if you think you won't qualify, apply anyway. The income limits are higher than most people realize. If you qualify, this becomes completely life-changing. Fifth, set a reminder for October 15th, 2025. Oh, wait, we're past that for this year. So set a reminder for October 15th, 2026. That's next year's open enrollment. Check whether your plan is still the best deal with all these new prices in effect. Bottom line, starting January 1st, 2026, these 10 drugs will save Medicare enrollees an estimated $1.5 billion in out-of-pocket costs. That's not Medicare saving money. That's you saving money. This is the biggest change to Medicare drug prices in the program's history, and most people have no idea it's happening. You're now ahead of 90% of people on Medicare just by watching this video. If you're taking one of these drugs, you're about to see real savings, like, I can afford an extra vacation this year kind of savings. If you're not on these drugs but you're on Medicare, pay attention because your drug might be in the next round. Next up, I'm breaking down the 15 drugs getting negotiated prices for 2027, including those weight loss medications everyone's talking about. You don't want to miss it. Hit subscribe so you catch that video. Now go check that list. Your savings start in 2 weeks.